Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna, Samyukta Mataji, Gaurav Prabhu, Suman Prabhu, Deepa Mataji, Lalit Mohan Prabhu, Sapan Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, all the Lord Shri Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
Pranam.
Yeah, just give me 1 minute, okay? Just a second. Yeah, we'll start with Mangalacharana prayer. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Mukhaṁ karoti vācālam pangum langāyate girimet krupātamaham vande Shri Gurum Dīnatarinam Paramanandamādhavam Sri Chaitanyam Ishwaram. Om apavitra pavitro va sarvavastam gatopi va yasmaret pundarikaksham swabhyabhyantaram suchihi. Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu. So let us open this. Yeah, let us continue from 42nd verse. Yeah, Deepa Mataji, you can try Mataji. That meter.
Tantra Bhratusputra Nama Shri Jiva Goshani Yata Bhakti Grantha Kaila Tara Antanai. Sri Rupa Goswami's nephew, Srila Jiva Goswami, has compiled so many books on devotion service that there is no counting them.
Very well.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Mataji. Thank you. Yeah, Samyukta Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Shloka Prabhuji.
Jadam.
Shri Bhagavata Sandarbha Nama Grandha Vistara Bhakti Siddhantera Tate Dekaye Che Napara. Translation Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. In Bhagavata Sandarbha, Srila Jiva Goswami has written conclusively about the ultimate end of devotional service. Purport. The Bhagavata Sandarbha is also known as the Sat Sandarbha. In the first part called Tattva Sandarbha, it is proved that Srimad Bhagavatam is the most authoritative evidence directly pointing to the absolute truth. The second Sandarbha called Bhagavat Sandarbha draws a distinction between impersonal Brahman and localized Paramatma and describes the spiritual world and the domination of the mode of goodness devoid of contamination by the other two material modes. In other words, there is a vivid description of the transcendental position known as Shuddha Sattva. Material goodness is apt to be contaminated by the other two material qualities, ignorance and passion. But when one is situated in the Shuddha Sattva position, there is no chance for such contamination. It is a spiritual platform of pure goodness. The potency of the Supreme Lord and the living entity is also described, and there is a description of the inconceivable energies and varieties of energies of the Lord. The potencies are divided into categories: internal, external, personal, marginal, and so forth. There are also discussions of the eternality of deity worship, the omnipotence of the deity, his all pervasiveness, his giving shelter to everyone, his subtle and gross potencies, his personal manifestations, his expressions of form, quality, and pastimes, his transcendental position, and his complete form. It is also stated that everything pertaining to the absolute has the same potency and that the spiritual world. The associates in the spiritual world and the threefold energies of the Lord in the spiritual world are all transcendental. There are further discussions concerning the difference between the impersonal Brahman and the personality of Godhead. The fullness of the personality of Godhead, the objective of all Vedic knowledge, the personal potencies of the Lord, and the personality of Godhead as the original author of Vedic knowledge. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, thank you. Let us continue reading. Yeah. Sandhya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
The third Sandarbha is called Paramatma Sandarbha, and in this book there is a description of Paramatma, the super soul, and an explanation of how the super soul exists in millions and millions of living entities. There are discussions of the differences between the qualitative incarnations and discourses concerning the living entities, Maya, the material world, the theory of transformation, the illusory energy, the sameness of this world and the super soul, and the truth about this material world. In this connection, the opinions of Sridhara Swami are given. It is stated that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although devoid of material qualities, superintends all material activities. There is also a discussion of how the Leela Avatara incarnations respond to the desires of the devotees, and how the Supreme Personality of Godhead is characterized by 6 opulences.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Radhika Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
The fourth Sandarbha is called Krishna Sandarbha, and in this book, Krishna is proved to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There are discussions of Krishna's pastimes and qualities, his superintendence of the Purusha avatars, and so forth. The opinions of Sridhar Swami are corroborated. In each and every scripture, the supremacy of Krishna is stressed. Baladev, Sankarshana, and other expansions of Krishna are emanations of Mahasankarshana. All the incarnations and expansions exist simultaneously in the body of Krishna, who is described as two-handed. There are also descriptions of the Golok planet Vrindavan, the eternal place of Krishna, the identity of Golok and Vrindavan, the Yadavas and the coward boys, both eternal associates of Krishna, the equality of the manifest and unmanifest pastimes, Sri Krishna's manifestation in Gokul, the queens of Dwarka as expansions of the internal potency and superior to them, the super excellent gopis. There is also a list of the gopis' names and a discussion of the topmost position of Srimati Radharani.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. So let us give it to other devotees. Then they can take. So Mata is done, right? Yeah. Okay. Now, Raju Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat.
Dandavat.
Yeah. Fifth Sandarbha is called.
Yeah, it's a big. Yeah.
Yeah. The fifth Sandarbha is called the Bhakti Sandarbha. And in this book, there is a discussion of how devotional service can be directly executed and how such service can be adjusted, either directly or indirectly. There is a discussion of the knowledge of all kinds of scripture, the establishment of the Vedic institution of Varnashrama, Bhakti as superior to fruitive activity, and so forth. It is also stated that without devotional service, even a Brahmana is condemned. There are discussions of the process of karma tyaga, the giving of the results of karma to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the practices of mystic yoga and philosophical speculation, which are depreciated as simply hard labor. Worship of the demigods is discouraged, and worship of Vaishnava is considered exalted. No respect is given to the non-devotees. There are discussions of how one can be deliberated even in his life, Jivan Mukta. Lord Shiva as a devotee and how a Bhakta is devotional service are eternally existing. It is stated that through Bhakti, one can attain all success because Bhakti is the transcendental to the material qualities. There is a discussion of how the self is manifested through Bhakti. There is also a discussion of self-bliss as well as how Bhakti, even imperfectly executed, enables one to attain the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Unmotivated devotional service is highly prized, and an explanation is given of how each devotee can achieve the platform of unmotivated service by association with the other devotees. There is a discussion of the difference between Mahabhagavata and ordinary devotee, the symptoms of philosophical speculation, the symptoms of self-worship, or Angara Hopasana, the symptoms of devotional service, the symptoms of imaginary perfection, the acceptance of regulative principles, service to the materials, service to the spiritual master, and Mahabhagavata, liberated devotee, and service to him, service to Vaishnavas in general, the principles of hearing, chanting, remembering, and serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offenses in worship, offensive effects, prayers, engaging oneself as the eternal servant of the Lord, making friendship with the Lord, and surrendering everything for his pleasure. There is also discussion on Raganuga Bhakti, a spontaneous love of Godhead, of the specific purpose of becoming a devotee of Lord Krishna. and comparative study of other perfectional stages. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Another big paragraph. Yes. Gaurav Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The sixth Sandarbha is called Preeti Sandarbha, a thesis on love of Godhead. Here it is stated that love through of Godhead, one becomes perfectly liberated and attain the highest goal of life. A distinction is made between the liberated condition of a personalist and that of an impersonalist, and there's a discussion of liberation during one's lifetime as distinguished from liberation from the material bondage. Of all kind of liberation, liberation in loving service of Lord is described as the most exalted, and meeting the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face is shown as the highest perfection of life. Immediate liberation is contrasted the liberation by a gradual process. Both realization of Brahman and meeting with Supreme Personality of Godhead are as described as liberation within one's lifetime, but meeting with the Supreme Personality of Godhead both internally and externally is shown as super excellent, above the transcendental realization of the Brahman effluence. There's a comparative study of liberation as Sloka Samimipya, Salokya, Salokya Samipya, and Sarupya. Samipya is better than Salokya. Devotional service is considered to be liberation with greater facilities, and there's a discussion of how to obtain it. There's also a discussion of the transcendental state one achieves after attaining a devotional platform, which is exact position of love of Godhead. The marginal symptoms of transcendental love and how it is awakened. The distinction between so-called love and the transcendental on the platform of God, of love of Godhead. The different types of humors and mallows enjoyed in releasing the lusty affairs of the gopis, which are different from mundane affairs, which in turn the symbolical representations of pure love for Krishna. There's also discussion of bhakti mixed with philosophical speculations, the super excellence of the love of gopis, the difference between the opulent devotional service and loving devotional service, the exalted positions of the resident of Gokula, the progressively exalted position of the friends of Krishna, the Gopas and the Gopis in parental love with Krishna, and finally, super excellence of the love of the Gopis and that of Smriti Radharani.
Srimati Radharani.
Srimati Radharani. There's also a discussion of how spiritual feelings can be presented when one simply imitates them, and of how such mellows are far superior of the ordinary mellows of mundane love. And there's a description of different ecstasies. The awakening of ecstasy are transcendental qualities and the distinction of dhirota, the utmost attractiveness of conjugal love, the ecstasies features, the permanent ecstatic features, the mellow divided in 5 transcendental features of direct loving services and indirect loving services, considered in 7 divisions. Finally, there's a discussion of overlapping of different rasas. There are discussion of sanata, neutrality, servitorship, taking shelter.
Okay, yeah, continue.
Yeah, taking shelter, parental love, conjugal love, direct transcendental enjoyment in separation, previous attraction, and the glories of Srimati Radharani. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you for reading. Yes, this is big Srila Prabhupada in ecstasy is written all these big paragraphs. So nice.
Prabhuji, this Shata Sandarbha is actually referred many times now. In our Bhagavatam also, many times, Prabhupada discusses about the Shata Sandarbha by Jiva Goswami, because it is completely about Bhagavatam now. So that's the reason why he has given what every Sandarbha means.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. 2 గంటల క్లాస్ తీసుకోవచ్చు ఒక్కొక్క పారాగ్రాఫ్ చూసి డిస్కస్ చేయడానికి ఈజీగా. నైస్. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Lalitma Prabhuji means, can you briefly explain Prabhuji one more time? Like
what Prabhu? What explain?
what is this means? Sat Sandarbha means what is that like?
No, this is like a commentary on Bhagavatam by Jiva Goswami. So he actually defined Bhagavatam in this Sandarbhas. Sandarbha means it's a kind of discussion, one-on-one discussion, how to understand this Bhagavatam properly. And he divided it into 6 parts. And these are the Sandarbhas. He discussed like one part of mainly Bhagavatam deals with all these things, the other part deals with those things. So like that, there are 6 parts how Bhagavatam can be dealt with. See, actually what happens, Nakavu, many places, Bhagavatam, in many places of Bhagavatam, that impersonal Brahman is also glorified as if he is supreme. That is the most ultimate destination. So this is where generally the impersonalists and the personalists have a lot of debate. So to just curb those debates and all, the Sandarbhas were given by Jiva Goswami. If you see the second Sandarbha, can you please go up, Prabhuji? Scroll up. You see this Paramatma Sandarbha and all, na?
Second
Third
Sandarbha.
Sandarbha. Third, I'm sorry, not second.
Hmm.
So in that, he will give all the, descriptions of what is the stage of Paramatma and what is the position of Paramatma and how the Supreme Soul is different. That means that Bhagavan is different from Paramatma. He will give elaborate explanations on this, taking different Vedic hymns. So this is what Sandarbha means. It's a kind of, keeping the Bhagavatam above all these things. Understood, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Actually, nicely that Sandarbha, right? 6 Sandarbhas, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. If we read this purport multiple times, we got to know what exactly each Sandarbha is all about. Wonderful purport. Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji. Welcome, Prabhu, Raja Prabhu. A small discussion. So let us continue. I put duplicate. I wanted to read again later. That's why whenever I want to read some verses, I'll read again. Yes, thank you. Next verse. Chandamal Prabhuji, please read with this sloka also.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Sloka also, Prabhuji.
Try, yes. Yeah.
Gopala Champana me Granta Mahasura Nitya Leela Stapana Yahe Raja Rasapura. Translation. The most famous and formidable transcendental literature is the book named Gopala Champu. In this book, the eternal pastimes of the Lord are established, and the transcendental mellows enjoyed in Vrindavana are completely described. Purport. In his Anubhashya, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura gives the following information about the Gopala Champa. The Gopala Champa is divided into 2 parts. The first part is called the Eastern Wave, and the second part is called the Northern Wave. In the first part there are 33 supplications, and in the second part 37 supplications. In the first part, completed in 1510 Sakabda AD 1588, the following subject matters are discussed. 1. Vrindavana and Goloka. 2. The killing of Puratana demon, the gopis returning home under the instructions of Mother Yasoda, the bathing of Lord Krishna and Balrama, Snigdha Kanta and Madhu Kanta. 3. The dream of Mother Yashoda. 4. The Janmashtami ceremony. 5. The meeting between Nanda Maharaja and Vasudeva and the killing of the Putana demon. 6. The pastimes of awakening from bed, the deliverance of the demon Sakata, and the name-giving ceremony. 7. The killing of the Tranavata demon, Lord Krishna's eating dirt, Lord Krishna's childish naughtiness, and Lord Krishna as the thief. 8. Churning of the yogurt, Krishna's drinking from the breast of Mother Yashoda, the breaking of yogurt pot, Krishna bound with the ropes, the deliverance of the 2 brothers Yamala Arjuna, and the lamentation of Mother Yashoda. 9. Entering Sri Vrindavana. 10. The killing of Vatsasura, Bakasura and Vyamasura. 11, the killing of Agashura and the bewilderment of the Lord Brahma. 12, the tending of the cows in the forest. 13, taking care of the cows and chastising the Kaliya serpent. 14, the killing of Gardabhashura, the ass demon, and the praise of Krishna. 15, the previous attraction of the gopis. 16, the killing of Pralambasura and the eating of the forest fire. 17, the gopis attempt to approach Krishna. 18, the lifting of the Govardhana hill. 19, and the bathing Krishna with milk. 20, and the return of Nanda Maharaja from the custody of Varuna and the vision of Goloka Vrindavana by the gopis. 21, the performance of the rituals in Katyayani Vrata and the worship of the goddess. 22, the begging of food from the wives of Brahmanas performing sacrifices. 23, the meeting of Krishna and the gopis. 24, Krishna's enjoying the company of the gopis, the disappearance of Radha and Krishna from the scene, and the search of them by the gopis. 25, the reappearance of Krishna. 26, the determination of the gopis. 27, pastimes in the waters of the Yamuna. 28, the deliverance of Nanda Maharaja from the clutches of the serpent. 29, various pastimes in solitary places. 30, the killing of Sanka Chuda and the Hori. 31, the killing of the Arishtasura. 32, the killing of the Kesi demon. 33, the appearance of Sri Narada Muni, and the description of the year in which the book was completed.
This is in Gopala Champu. This so sequentially, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Wonderfully written in a sequence. Wonderful, yes, so nice actually. I loved it.
How to remember all these things, Prabhu?
Repeatedly, I mean, no, repeatedly read.
It's very difficult to remember.
Will we get it?
And while writing, how much time he has spent for all these things?
Vaishnava Acharya. Always think about Krishna, always serving in the all of his senses in Supreme Lord.
That's why we are calling him as Jagat Guru.
Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Oh, this Gopal Temple written by Jiva Goswami, Prabhu. Adena?
Yes, Jiva Goswami is only.
Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explained this. Shat Sandarbha or Bhavata Sandarbha or Gopal Champu, and then in the second part of the Gopal Champu. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Chandraval Prabhuji. Akinchan Prabhu, can you please read this paragraph?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
In the second part, known as Uttara Champa, the following subject matters are discussed. First, attraction for Vrajbhumi, the cruel activities of Akrura, Krishna departure for Mathura, a description of city of Mathura, the killing of Kamsa, Nanda Maharaj separation from Krishna and Balaram, Nanda Maharaj entrance into Vrindavan without Krishna and Balaram, the studies of Krishna and Balaram, how the sons of a teacher of Krishna and Balaram was returned, Uddhava's visit to Vrindavana, Radharani's talking with messenger Bumblebee, the return of Uddhava from Vrindavana, the binding of the Jalasandra, the killing of Yavana Jarasandha, the marriage of Balrama, the marriage of Rukmini, 7 marriages, the killing of Narkasura, the taking the Parijata flower from heaven, and Krishna's marriage with 16,000 princes, victory over Bhanasura, a description of Balram's return to Vraja, the killing of Panduraka, the imitation Vishnu, the killing of Dvida and thoughts of Astinapura, departure of Kurukshetra, how the residents of Vrindavan and Dwarka met at Kurukshetra, Krishna's consultation with Uddhava, the deliverance of the king, the performance of the Rajasuya sacrifice, the killing of Salva, Krishna's considering return to Vrindavan, Krishna's revisiting Vrindavan, the adjustment of objections by Srimati Radharani and others, everything completed. The residence of Radha and Madhav, decorating Srimati Radharani and Krishna, the marriage ceremony of Srimati Radharani and Krishna, the meeting of Srimati Radharani and Krishna, and entering Goloka. Hare Krishna.
Cool. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, first part 33 items, fast times, different fast times. In second part, 37. Yeah, every day we have to do actually. Gopal Champu ki jai, Srila Goswami ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Let us continue. Sapan Prabhuji, can you please do?
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Translation. Thus, Srila Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and their nephew Srila Jiva Goswami, as well as practically all of their family members, lived in Vrindavana and published important books on devotional service.
Yeah, Jayendra, Slokam.
Hey Mata Nana Grantha Kariye Prakasha, Goshite Sahite Kaila Vrindavane Vasa.
Hey Mata Nana Grantha Kariya Prakasha, Gosti Sahite Kaila Vrindavane Vasa. Okay. Two devotees are in hearing mode. Then Lalitma Prabhuji, please do it.
Prathama Vatsare Advaitadi Bhakta Gana Prabhu Rede Kite Kaila Niladri Gamana. Translation. The first year after Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the renounced order of life, all the devotees headed by Sri Advaita Prabhu went to see Lord at Jagannath Puri. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Again, Deepa Matai, Malay Jain Matai. 47.
Yes, Prabhuji. After attending the Rath Yatra ceremony at Jagannath Puri, all the devotees remained there for 4 months, greatly enjoying the company of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by performing kirtana, chanting and dancing.
Haribol. Manji verse. Jain Matai.
Rath Yatra dekhi tahan rahila chari masa, Prabhu sange nritya gita parama ullasa.
And then Adbhutanga Rajanas, Krishna Prabhu Sange Nritya Gita Parama Ullasa. Amazing. Krishna's Goswami ki jai. Thank you, Mataji. Samyukta Mataji, please do it.
Yes, Prabhuji. Vidaya samaya Prabhu kahilasa bare, pratyabda ashibe sabe gundicha dekhi bhare. Translation. At the time of departure, the Lord requested all the devotees, please come here every year to see the Ratha Yatra festival of Lord Jagannatha's journey to the Gundicha temple. Purport. There is a temple named Gundicha at Sundarachala. Lord Jagannatha, Baladeva and Subhadra are pushed in their 3 cars from the temple in Puri to the Gundicha temple in Sundarachala. In Orissa, the Radhayatra festival is known as Jagannatha's journey to Gundicha. Whereas others speak of it as the Radhayatra festival, the residents of Orissa refer to it as Gundicha Yatra. Hare Krishna.
Gundicha Marjanam, there is one festival. Yes, Sandhya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhu Agnaya Bhaktagana Pratyabda Ashiya Gundicha Dekhiya Yana Prabhu Re Miliya. Translation. Following the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the devotees used to visit Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu every year. They would see the Gundicha festival at Jagannath Puri and then return home after 4 months.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Radhika Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji, maybe you're speaking on Radhika Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Am I audible, Prabhuji?
No, audible, yes.
Vimshati Vatsara Aiche Kaila Gata Gati Anyone Dunhara Dunha Vina Nahi Stiti. Translation: for 20 consecutive years, this meeting took place, and the situation became so intense that the Lord and the devotees could not be happy without meeting one another.
Thank you, Mataji. I think all Matas are done. Yeah, Prabhu's again. Raju Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sesaraye rahe dvadasha vachara Krishnera vihara leela prabhura antara. Translation: the last 12 years were simply devoted to relishing the pastimes of Krishna in separation within the heart of the Lord. Purport: Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enjoyed the position of the gopis in separation from Krishna. When Krishna left the gopis and went to Mathura, the gopis cried for him the rest of their lives, feeling intense separation from him. The ecstatic feeling of separation was especially advocated by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through his actual demonstrations. Hare Krishna.
Feeling in separation, there is a Sanskrit word. Vipralamba bhava. Feeling in separation. Vipralamba bhava. Yes. Sapan Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Nirantara ratri dina virahe unmade hase kande nache gaye parama vishade. Translation: in the attitude of separation, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared mad both day and night. Sometimes he laughed and sometimes he cried, sometimes he danced and sometimes he chanted in great sorrow.
His highest bodily symptoms. Now next, Chandraval Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Ekale karena Jagannatha darshana mane bhave Kurukshetre panachi milana.
Kurukshetra.
Yeah, Kurukshetra. Translation: at those
I'm not
times,
able to hear you, Prabhuji.
Oh, Hare Krishna. Am I audible, Prabhuji, now?
Chandraval Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
We can hear him.
Hello?
We can hear him, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Am I audible, Prabhuji, now?
Maybe
Yes,
internet.
yes,
Yes,
Hello?
yes.
Yeah. Shall I continue? Okay.
Okay,
Prabhuji. Ekale karena Jagannatha darshana mane bhave Kurukshetre panachi milana. Translation: at those times, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would visit Lord Jagannatha. Then his feelings exactly corresponded to those of the gopis when they saw Krishna at Kurukshetra after long separation. Krishna had come to Kurukshetra with his brother and sister to visit. Purport: when Krishna was performing yajna, sacrifice at Kurukshetra, he invited all the inhabitants of Vrindavana to come see him. Lord Chaitanya's heart was always filled with the separation from Krishna, but as soon as he had the opportunity to visit the Jagannath temple, he became fully absorbed in the thoughts of gopis who came to see Krishna at Kurukshetra. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Akincham Prabhuji. Prabhuji, Akincham Prabhu. Gaurav Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Translation: when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to dance before the car during the festival, he always sang the following two lines.
Shall I try and chant, Prabhu? Please do it, Prabhu.
You really want me to?
Yeah, try.
Sure, Prabhuji, I'll try. Rath Yatra Aage Yabe Karena Nartana Tane Be I Pada Mantra Karaye Gayana.
Yes, very good.
Hare Krishna.
Rataya bekare nanatana tahanye ipada matra kare gana. You tried. Very nice. Thank you so much. Akincham Prabhu. Oh, mind. Chalo. Lalkman Prabhu. Chayan Prabhu.
Sita Parananatu Painu Yahalagi Madana Dahane Jurigenu. I have gotten that Lord of my life, for whom I was burning in the fire of lusty desires. Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 29th chapter, 15th shloka, it is stated, Kamam krodham bhayam sneham aikyam sauhridam evacha nityam harau vidhadatu yanti tanmayatam hite. The word kama means lusty desire, bhaya means fear, krodha means anger. If one somehow or other approaches Krishna, his life becomes successful. The gopis approached Krishna with lusty desire. Krishna was a very beautiful boy and they wanted to meet and enjoy his company. But this lusty desire is different from the other material world. It appears like mundane lust, but in actuality, it is the highest form of attraction to Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was sannyasi. He left home and everything else. He could certainly not be induced by any mundane lusty desires. So when he used the word Mahadahane, Madana Dahane, in the fire of lusty desire, he meant that our pure love for Krishna, he meant that out of pure love for Krishna, he was burning in the fire of separation from Krishna. Whenever he met Jagannath, either in the temple or during the Rath Yatra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to think, now I have gotten the Lord of my life and soul. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So when he used the word Madanada, the fire of lusty desire, he meant that out of pure love for Krishna, was burning in the fire of separation from Krishna. Whenever he met Jagannatha, either in the temple or during the Rath Yatra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to think, now I have gotten the Lord of my life. And so, there is one beautiful song. Jaya 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 Jagannath Sachiranandan Tribhuvane Kuri Jai Charana Vandan. Very nice. Okay. We'll stop here, Prabhuji, and now let us chant these slokas of Kunti Maharani. Thank you so much, all the devotees, for reading today. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila. Let me open just give me a minute. Kunti Maharani prayers. Yeah. You are able to see, right, bro? Yeah. We are at 26. Yeah. Prabhuji, over to you, Prabhu.
So we started from 188, na? Yeah, 18, 18 to 45, right? So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 9 shlokas. So 3 more shlokas we will do. After that, we will recite. Okay? All in a line.
Yes, Prabhu.
So I request every devotee to go along with synonyms and translation. One devotee will do synonyms, the other one will do translation. Okay?
Yeah, this idea is good, Prabhu. Everybody's participation. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yes, yes. Yeah. Please do. How many of us, including me? 12. Like Prabhu also there. So total 6 times we can do actually. Yeah. Please, Mataji is Prabhu's. First Mata is Samyukta Mataji. Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu. Synonyms. Namaha, all obeisances unto you. Akinchana Vittaya, unto the property of the materially impoverished. Nivritta, completely transcendental to the actions of the material modes. Guna, material modes. Vrittaye, affection. Atma, Aramaya, one who is self-satisfied. Shantaya, the most gentle. Kaivalya Pataye, unto the master of the monist. Namaha, bowing down.
So it is Atma Ramaya and Akinchana Vittaya. These are the 2 words to be properly spelled. Akinchana Vittaya, Atma Ramaya. Okay, thank you. So, Prabhuji, can you please do translation? I'm ready to go.
Translation. My obeisances are unto you, who are the property of the materially impoverished. You have nothing to do with the actions and reactions of the material modes of nature. You are self-satisfied, and therefore you are the most gentle and are master of the monists. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Sanya Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Please, yes, Mataji. Please read synonyms.
Synonyms. Namaha, all obeisances unto you. Akinchana vittaya, unto the property of the materially impoverished. Nivritta, completely transcendental to the actions of the material modes. Guna, material modes. Vrittaye, affection. Atma Ramaya, one who is self-satisfied. Shantaya, the most gentle. Kaivalya Pataye, unto the master of the monist. Namaha, bowing down. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Deepa Mataji, can you do translation?
Yes, Prabhuji. Translation. My obeisances are unto you, who are the property of the materially impoverished. You have nothing to do with the actions and reactions of the material modes of nature. You are self-satisfied, and therefore you are the most gentle and a master of the monists.
Thank you, Mataji. Radhika Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes,
Nama, all obeisances unto you. Akinchan Vitaya, unto the property of the materially impoverished. Nivritta, completely transcendental to the actions of the material modes. Guna, material modes. Vrittaye, affection. Atma Ara Maya, one who is self-satisfied. Shantaya, the most gentle. Kaivalya Pataye, unto the master of the monist. Nama, bowing down.
So, Gaurav Prabhu, can you please do translation? Yeah, Gaurav Prabhu, are you there?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. Can you do the translation?
Yes, Prabhuji. You're doing 27, no? No, 26.
You're doing 27 translation, Prabhu.
Okay. My obeisances are unto you, you who are the properties of materially impoverished. You have nothing to do with the actions and the reactions of the material modes of nature. You are self-satisfied, and therefore you are the most gentle and the master of the monists.
Okay. Raju Prabhu, can you please do synonyms, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Nama. All obeisance unto you. Akinchana Vittaya, sorry. Onto the property of materially impoverished. Nivritta, completely transcendental to the actions of the material modes. Guna, material modes. Vrittaya, affection. Atma Aramya, one who is self-satisfied. Santaya, the most gentle. Kaivalya Pataye, one to the master of the monist. Namaha, bowing down. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji. And Chandramali Prabhu, translation.
Hare Krishna. My obeisances are unto you, who are the property of the materially impoverished. You have nothing to do with the actions and reactions of the material modes of nature. You are self-satisfied, and therefore you are the most gentle and are master of the monists.
Sapan Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Synonyms.
Synonyms. Nama, all obeisances unto you. Akinchana Vittaya, unto the property of the materially impoverished. Nivritta, completely transcendental to the actions of the material modes. Guna, material modes. Vrittaya, affection. Atma Ramaya, one who is self-satisfied. Shantaya, the most gentle. Kaivalya Pataye, unto the master of monoist. Namaha, bowing down. Hare Krishna.
Giriraj Prabhu. Translation.
Yes, Prabhuji. My obeisances are unto you, who are the property of the materially impoverished. You have nothing to do with the actions and reactions of the material modes of nature. You are self-satisfied, and therefore you are the most gentle and are master of the monists.
Okay, I just got a question. So everyone is done with this? Hare Krishna?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Foundation left over. Okay, it's okay. He's not responding, but it's okay. So what do? We do translation and we do recitation, or there's a question which has come. What to do? Shall we what is it, discuss about the question, or shall we go with the shloka?
Me ishtam, Prabhu. Whatever you like to say.
Okay. So Deepa Mataji asked, what is the difference between the Achintya, Veda? Various parts of monists, Dvaitavadis, Visishtadvaita. Right? Yeah, okay. So it pertains to the history, Mataji. This is a historical question actually. See, like you know, we have different phases in our India and how this Dvaitavadi has come at last. Hare Krishna, am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So 5,000 years before, we have Dvaita, and we have Advaita also, and we have Munis also. So everything was peacefully coexisting. Okay. And there are atheists, and there are Visishtadvaitavadis, and there are Achintya Bheda Vedatmas. So everything was coexisting before 5,000 years. Okay. But the main crux would be with Dvaitavadis.
But what
And
actually
everyone
the Monis think? What do the Dvaitavadis think? That's what I want. Ante what is their philosophy? Manaki undi kada, like we are Krishna is Vibhu and we are Anu, and he is infinite as infinite.
So that is
and
Dvaitavada Mataji. What you are speaking of is Dvaitavadis.
he is
Okay.
the qualitatively one, but quantitatively different. That is Achintya Bheda Tattva, right?
Yes, Mataji.
So what do these people think?
What do we?
No, what do they? Who is a monist?
Okay,
What does
monists.
he think?
Monists.
Who is a Dvaitavadi?
Yeah, monists generally think that everything is Sunyam.
Shunyam.
Yeah, there's a general Buddhist philosophy, it is Mataji. So everything will get dissolved into ether.
So that is impersonalist, same as impersonalist.
No. Impersonalist means we will merge into the supreme and we will attain the supreme bliss by merging into the supreme.
Okay.
We will always be ever blissful. This is, they generally say, the impersonalists say, this is mithya. This world is mithya. Jagat mithya.
Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya.
Yeah, Brahma Satyam Jagat mithya. So we should directly go to Brahma and we will be blissful.
Okay. What do the monists say then? That everything is Shunyam.
Space, Sunyam, nothing. No Vedas, nothing.
Then what are they? Are they atheists?
No, Mataji. They believe in some things. They believe in non-violence. They believe in, some Vedas. But they preach this philosophy.
And they
So
don't
in
believe
Vedas,
in
you also
God?
find the monism. No?
Do they believe in God?
Mataji?
Do they believe in God, Prabhuji?
The personal existence of God, they don't believe, Mataji. But God in the form of that ether, they believe.
Okay. How are they different from the this one who are saying that we'll merge with the Brahman? Brahman is the effulgence.
No, the Brahman philosophy, what they say is that Paramatma, the formless, is controlling everything.
Okay.
But here they say, yes, everything is shunyam. You will just get merged into that shunyam. You will also become shunyam.
Example of any parampara who is following that, Prabhuji?
Buddhism, Mataji.
Buddhism.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, until you live peacefully, so that your what you say after death. So they believe in reincarnation, Mataji.
Okay.
They are not the Abrahamics who don't believe in reincarnation. Of course, all these things, the whatever we are discussing now, they believe in reincarnation.
Okay.
So they say that you will get merged into it, and if you are very bad, then what you do, you will again come back.
Okay. Now, what are Dvaitavadis? What do they think?
We,
Dvaitavadis.
yeah, we are Dvaita, no? We are not Advaitavadis. Dvaita means two, who believe that there is a separate Atma and Paramatma.
Okay.
And Advaitavadis means who says that your Atma is also equally powerful as Paramatma. That is Advaitavada. So your Lord yourself. That's what they say.
Okay. Example of that, Prabhuji, who is following that?
Shankaracharyas, Shaivites.
Oh,
Many of the
Advaitavadis.
Shaivites or Shankaracharyas followers, they are Advaitavadis, Mataji.
Advaita.
You see that Giri, all these things. Sorry, Advaitavadis.
So what they mean is there are two. We are there. They are Supreme Soul is there, but both are equally powerful. Is that their philosophy?
Yeah, equally powerful, and you're also God. You're also equally Paramatma, equally powerful as of that Paramatma. And you will merge into Paramatma again, and you both are equal.
Then don't they have any clarification for the philosophy? Like we have a clarification. We are not God because we can't perform exalted activities like Krishna, like he lifted Govardhana. Manaki atlanti logic undi kada. So vallaki atlanti logic em leda. What is their answer for such questions?
Mataji, for all these Vadis which we are discussing now, the source is Vedas only.
Okay.
Everyone take their claims from the Vedas only, Mataji. No one is going beyond the Vedas. Okay. If you go beyond the Vedas, then there is no point of discussion only. But they have many such, scriptures where they can put forth their point and they can say that this is the best and this is the highest.
Okay.
We don't deny them. Let them have what they can. But, if you have a self-consciousness, Mataji, and if someone says that you are God, you can 100% say that I am not. Because, see, these are the discussions, Mataji, the initial, our students in the college. If someone says that you are God, and if he also says that you don't remember that you are God, your logic will be, why I don't remember? Then they say, because you are influenced by Maya. Then our proper argument should be, or our thinking will be, if someone is controlling me, to such an extent that I completely forgot, then how can I become God or all controllable? So that doesn't stand good, na?
Correct.
This argument doesn't fit into that definition of God, which is all powerful and all knowable. So that is where the Advaitavadis and Dvaitavadis differ, Mataji.
And what about this Sri Sampradaya talking about Vishishta Advaita, Prabhuji? What is the difference between them and us?
Yeah. There is no difference at all between Sri Vaishnavas and us, Mataji. The Vishishta Advaita is as good as Achinta Bhedabhed Tattva, but only the difference is they lived in an era where there was a violence in the name of monism and in the name of Shankara's philosophy. Okay, so they should live with a sort of compromise. So they directly didn't deny that your Advaitavada is bad. They didn't deny it. Yeah, that is there. But beyond that, there is something known as Dvaitavadam also. So that is known as Vishishta Advaita. You are correct to some extent. But there is one step beyond, which is known as Dvaitavada. This is how their approach would be.
But I have not heard them talking about the master-servant relationship, like how we talk about.
Mataji, you cannot say that, because if you say at that point of time in 10th, 11th, and 12th century, he would have killed, would have been killed. Simple.
Okay.
It is a blatant right, because all the kings were controlled by Shaivites then, or the impersonalists at that point of time, Mataji. So you cannot directly right away preach. But after 200 years, Madhvacharya has taken that, what is a chance. Because he's a,
that also means the current generation of Sri Vaishnavas are hidden from that truth that we are in a relationship like Das and Das Kada.
no, Mataji, if you properly go to the Sri Rangam temple or Melkote and all these places, there is no difference between their and our philosophy.
Okay. I haven't visited. I don't know anything about them, so but still I'm asking you.
No, we generally go to the temple and take darshan and come back to Mataji. So if we sit there with, actually yesterday you got this, this one Vaishnava Sadachars, this one, right?
Yes, Prof.
So those people who are about to teach are all my seniors, two bad seniors to me. So some of them we stayed, and one of them is my brother only. He's kind of my brother. I more interact with those devotees than my brother. Such is the relation which I have. So they are all the Vidyapita devotees. So who formed Vidyapita and who are running that. So it's a kind of team. They're all team. So whenever they go, wherever they go now, they directly go to the Madhadipati there, and they'll have discussion there. So one such discussion, one of my, that Gaurang Vihari Prabhu is my brother. He was sharing that how mature they are and how accommodative they are, not only to us, to even the impersonalists. So there are people who come from impersonalist Madha also, and they have a discussion for 3 or 4 weeks. And with all respects, and all this thing. So he was telling, they're also fighting for Dvaitism. So there is no difference, Mataji, in the Achintya Veda Veda and Visishtadvaita. There is no difference. We are all on the same page. Only difference is that they have taken to that path because Ramanujacharya tread that path for propagation of Dvaitism. So this is a very highly philosophical, this thing. I think many of them get bored. There are 10 devotees, Mataji.
No, Prabhuji, this is
but that
much
is how
needed. We should know, because we should also know what is the difference. And sometimes we come across.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for sparing time.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Sorry, Prabhu. In relation
Yes,
to the
Prabhu.
same question.
Yeah.
Prabhu, the Dvaita, you said like we have soul and then Paramatma, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, I think, is it in the Dvaita itself? I think I read in some temples, Prabhu, Hari Sarvottama, Vayu Jivottama. And I heard from one of, I think Dvaita, one of my friends, Prabhu, they said like everywhere you have two. Narayana, then Adishesha, then the Hari and Vayu, like everywhere is two. Are they like, when you say Dvaita, is it two, God himself coming as two, or is it soul and super soul, Prabhu? Sorry, I just wanted to clarify myself.
The quote which you are taking is from Sri Vaishnava temples, Prabhuji.
Oh, is it Sri Vaishnava temple?
Vayu Jivottama. Right? That is generally, it comes from the Sri Vaishnava temples. Okay. So in the initial days, when the Shankara's philosophy was completely being propagated all over India, they couldn't directly say that there is Dvaita, means I am different and the soul, no, Supreme Soul is different. And we are having eternal relationship like that. They couldn't propagate this. So how they propagated is Hari Sarvatma. There is no doubt. Your Paramatma is Hari. But in Jiva, when there is a Vayu, this Apana, Samana, there are 5 kinds of vayus which make this soul. Soul is, what is say, covered with these 5 vayus, and it will be taken care of these 5 vayus. Okay. Say that when this vayu is there, the soul is there in the body. This is an indirect meaning, and that is complete Dvaitism only. It is not Advaitism, Prabhu. So now your question is, what is that? What is the meaning of that, right?
Yes, Prabhu. When we say Dvaita, is God himself two, or like, see, sorry, Prabhu, నేను కొంచెం తెలుగులో అడతాను Prabhu, ఎందుకంటే నాకు క్లారిటీ లేదు. ఇప్పుడు నేను సారీ Prabhu, నేను విన్నది అంటే అథెంటికేటివ్ సోర్స్ కాదేమో. ద్వైతము అద్వైతం అంటే ద్వైతంలో ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈజ్ రెండు. But with the two, people were getting confused. So that's why Shankaracharya came and he said, like, no, there is unnad okate Parabrahma. There is only one.
No.
Sorry, okay, sorry, yeah.
This is a bit twisted in this thing. See, earlier there was monism, Shunyavadi. When Buddhism got preached, they rejected Vedas and this everything is Shunya. Okay. Then in the 8th century to 9th century, our Shankaracharya has come and he preached the philosophy of there is one God. Okay. And that is Paramatma. And everyone is God. The Atma in you is also Paramatma. That's what he said. Okay. After that, Hare Krishna, am I audible?
Yes, yeah, yes.
Yeah. So after that, there is one more philosophy. There is one more philosophy which has come. That is the Atma which is in the body of human beings is eternally different from Paramatma. Somehow or other I am getting my own echo, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. We are not able to hear properly.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Ramani, Prabhu.
Yeah, yes, Prabhu. I can hear you, Prabhu.
Yeah. Please be in hearing mode. For 2 minutes, I'll just complete this discussion and we'll go with the our regular recitation. So, from monism or complete Shunyavadism, what you say, this impersonalism has come. That is, there is one God and he is Paramatma. He will be in the form of Brahman. And from there is Dvaitavadi. See, and what is the problem with this impersonalism or the Brahman kind of philosophy? They would say everyone is God because there is Atma in you, that is Paramatma only. Okay. And after that, this philosophy of what is it? Mataji, you said something about the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya. What is that?
Vishishta Advaita.
Vishishta Advaita has come. What does Vishishta Advaita say? Yes, your philosophy of Advaitism, like one impersonal Brahman, is correct, but that is not complete. What is complete is there is one more step beyond it. That is the Atma part of individual being is a bit separate from that Paramatma part. And then the Madhvacharya has come. He said, Hare, there is always two. He always used to have this hand, V-shaped hand. He will always show, like wherever you see Madhvacharya, he will always show on his right hand with V, victory sign. Means Atma is different and Paramatma is different. That is what he's preaching all about. And in that line, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come, sowing the seed of Achintya Bhedavet Tattva. So, like there is always two Prabhu, and the Atma is different and Paramatma is different. Okay, there is always two. It is never one. So Shankara has preached the philosophy of oneism, and before that, what was there? Shunyaism, Shunyavadi, nothing. Everything is ether. That's it.
So it's basically evolution of the philosophy, Prabhu. It's evolution, no? Like one is leading to the other, and one is like evolving over the other philosophy.
Yeah, it's an evolution, gradual evolution. Why? Because 2000 years before, there was a complete violence which has been taking place by Brahmanas. Okay, Brahmanas got spoiled and completely they have gone to such a way that Lord Buddha has come and completely removed all the Vedas. And then Shankara has come. And then our Shri Vaishnava Acharya, who is that?
Ramanujacharya.
Ramanujacharya has come. And then Madhvacharya has come. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come. So this is the gradual evolution process.
So in that context, in the present verse that Kunti is talking about, Kunti Maharani, she talked about Kaivalya Pataye Prabhuji. So can you explain each sentence also, like what exactly is the inner meaning of each line of the verse?
Yeah, see, generally in those days, monists generally take to the path of yoga, and they show different kind of, this Laghu and 8 kinds of this yoga.
Yoga Siddhis.
Siddhis, yeah, yoga siddhis. So generally, monists take to that path. And here, Kunti is saying you are the master of all those monists. Okay. See, Mataji, it's like this. Generally, people who don't have attraction towards the personal inclination of God, they will generally take to all these processes, Mataji. To monism or to Advaitism, to all these things they will take. And to yogas, asanas, and kinds of, they wanted to achieve siddhis. So here Kunti Maharani is, by the, what did she say? You have.
Giriraj Prabhu, can you show the verse? Prabhuji, can you share the verse?
One second.
Actually, this was expected by me, Mataji, that I thought someone will raise this question about monists. And I also know that it will take a lot of time. But somehow or other, we will go slow, but we will understand things as they are. Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji, because what is the point of just like finishing something?
Yeah, is there any urgency for anyone that we should complete the target of Kunti Maharani prayer by this time and we will become this, like that? No,
No, Prabhuji.
Is everyone patient enough?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. I'm sorry. I am patient.
Yeah, no, I want to
everybody talk for themselves. Yeah.
They are giving their time here. I'm sorry whether they are. I would be happy if they also take some part in this discussion or something like that, or I will move ahead very fastly. That's how my nature is.
Yes, Prabhuji. Ikkada meeru okoka line of the verse, if you have time, if you can spare.
Yeah. I will just conclude this and we will recite tomorrow then. Okay? It's already 9:15. Namo Akinchana Vittaya. Akinchana means, completely powerished, completely purified. That is what Akinchana in our terms, parlance means that devotee or that person who is completely screwed enough in this material world is Akinchana. That's what Akinchana Vittaya. Namo Akinchana Vittaya means the property of materially impoverished. So, if he has a right sense, what will he do? He will go towards the Lord. A person who is properly purified, what will he take? Where will he go? He will go towards the Lord, generally. Okay, any sane man. So, what is Lord described here as? A person who is completely purified enough. He will always take your shelter only, Krishna. That's what she is telling you. Okay? Nivritta Guna Vittayi. You are beyond the modes. And what is your nature? Atma Ramaya and Shanta. You are always self-satisfied. You are never satisfied by or dependent on others, on other satisfaction. By some things you will not be satisfied. You are satisfied by yourself. And Shantaya. Shantaya means most gentle person you are. You don't hurt anyone. By nature, you are like that. Kaivalya Patiye Namaha. See, Kaivalya Patiye means you are master of even the monists. And who are the monists? See, generally, the Muni, Muni means person who is back of something. Somehow or other, he should achieve it. That's what Muni means. And by the demeanor, they will be very silent and soft and sober. Okay? That is what Muni means. And what are monists? They are back of some siddhis. They are back of some kind of achievements. And who are you? Master of all those people. See, actually, what is she telling is, it's better to be akinchana vittaya, to be akinchana than to be monist. What happened is, there are many people, the Kurukshetra is already completed at this time. And Duryodhana was gone. Duryodhana was a kind of monist only. Somehow or other, he wants to be the king, king of the kingdom, right? But how did Krishna outmanage him? Very carefully. That's what this, whole shloka means. This is what I heard from one of the devotee Mataji, long back. And my counselor also said, monist means those people who do all the kind of siddhis, who achieve the kind of siddhis. And Krishna is master of all of them. Okay. So actually Kunti is telling here, it's better for us that we be purified and take your shelter than become monists. Because you are the master even of the monists also. So some description is given here by one of my, senior, brother, my brotherly devotee, that we also in our material world, see, we also ask something to Krishna only, na? Hey Krishna, give me that, give me this. So let me be, rich enough that I should not ask anyone money, right? We'll all be in that mood. By praying, by starting this prayer, this example of our Agarwal, Vedanta Agarwal, Anil Agarwal. How many of you devotees know about Anil Agarwal?
I know, Prabhuji. You're talking about the company Vedanta only, no?
Yeah. Vedanta's Anil Agarwal. Yeah. So, everyone knows, na?
Yes.
So you know what he is, Prabhuji? He and Radhanath Maharaj were together. They were like left and right under the Kirtanan Swam Maharaj. So they were at one point of time, they were the basemates, they were the mates. So how one has become and how the other has become, if you see, there are many examples. And later he became Grihastha and he started his business. And being a Marwadi, he knows how to deal. And Krishna's mercy was there on him. And it is always like that. Any person who leaves this ashram and he becomes a businessman, Krishna will give him materially anything he needed, but he will not give him bhakti. Be sure of this, okay? Till the time you are in bhakti, you will be purified always, but you will always be sheltered under the Lord. But once you said, enough is enough, now I only need money, then Krishna will provide you barfur, means he will give you full. Chappal फाड़ के देगा वो, पर भक्ति नहीं देंगे. Okay? So I'm just telling you one example of that. And even today, this Anil Agarwal will come to Chaupati every flower festival day, and he will himself sing the Aarti in the morning, 4:30, Mangalarti and Narsimharti. So to that extent, he is a devotee. But I cannot vouch for the other things. Yes, but that is a businessman. That is how they do the business and all. But I'm telling you, why this topic has come. If you ask for something to the God, he will give you. But bhakti is only for akinchana vitta, people who are being purified enough. Understood, na Mataji? Kunti Maharani is telling that those people who ask for other things, you are the master of them. You are the one who provide them, and you are the one who control them. But you are the property of whom? Materially impoverished.
So she's showing the contrast, is it, Prabhuji? From Akinchana.
Yeah, she's telling, see, anyway you are the master of both, but those people who are Akinchana can control you. I will end it here, Mataji. So
Yes,
here she actually says that bhakti is beyond this monism and all this, what is saying, siddhis, all the siddhi and all. Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Giriraj Prabhu, I am sorry I didn't give chance to anyone to speak. You might share something now if you can. And I am leaving this Prabhuji because my daughter is working.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
I want to learn from Deepa Mata. Now, we explain Mata in 2 minutes. what you understand this T3?
Instant test of Prabhuji naku.
Japan, parలేదు Mata.
What?
I'll share.
About what, Prabhuji?
Only one definition.
About the words or about the whole thing?
No, just definition. What is Dvaita, Advaita, Visishta Advaita, and ultimately Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. Give one statement definition.
So starts with Monis Prabhuji, who are Shunyavadis. They believe that everything is Shunyam, there is nothing which is existing. These are usually Munis who are trying to achieve something. Yeah, that is what Shunyavadi is. They believe that everything is Shunyam. Ultimately, everything will merge into ether, which is Shunyam, space. Then comes the Advaitavadis, who are followers of Shankaracharya, who are saying that there is only one God, and that is Paramatma, and all of us are gods because Paramatma resides in us. You are God, I am God, everybody is God. That is Advaita. And then comes Sri Sampradaya, which is talking about the philosophy of Vishishta Advaita. They are saying that no, Vishishta Advaita. So basically, they are talking about that they are Dvaitavadis only, which means that there are two souls. Are two. One is the super soul, and one is the Jiva soul.
Individual soul.
Individual soul, and that they both are different. One is infinite and one is infinitesimal. So that is Vishishta Advaita. Then comes Madhvacharya, talking about Dvaita. It's the same thing. That there are
Dvaita with Visishta Advaita, Dvaita same amount, Dvaita.
Ante these are, I think, what I understood is these are all sub branches of Dvaitavada only. Dvaitavada means there are two, which is like one is soul and one is super soul. This we need to check with Prabhuji, I think, tomorrow, about what is the difference between Madhvacharya's philosophy and Ramanujacharya's philosophy. Because there were some people who are my clients also, a couple who had joined our satsang in about 2019. And within 2 months, they went back. I didn't know they had joined. When I was talking to them and in general for our financial discussions, that's when they came out ki, Acha, we came to Gachipoli Satsang, and then we came back because they are followers of Madhvacharya, and they said everything is different in the way they give a lot of, they were saying that we give a lot of importance to Achamana, Gayatri and all that. You are talking only about Hare Krishna. So I don't know what is the confusion. But if the philosophy is the same, there should not be any confusion. But I don't know what was their confusion and why they did not like it. That I do not know. But basically, Dvaitavadis means one who understands that there is a soul and there is a super soul, and both are different. So, and that is Dvaita, and then comes within Dvaita only Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva, where we are talking about qualitative oneness and quantitatively different. That Supreme Lord is quantitatively supreme, and we are quantitatively infinitesimal, whereas qualitatively the nature of the soul is the same. Both are spiritual.
Hari Bol. So in this connection, there is one verse, Mataji, in the Bhagavad Gita. Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. So that verse comes into which philosophy with this definition?
Mamayvamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana Anashashtanindriyani.
Achinta Bheda Bheda Prabhuji. We are part and parcel of God, right?
Mamayvamsho Jiva Loke. We are a parcel, part and parcel of the Lord. But everybody can interpret it in their own way. Like the Shankaracharya's followers will say that we are part and parcel of that. It's the same soul of the Paramatma which is residing in us. So we are also that. Dvaitavadis will say that yes, we are part and parcel. So they are whole, and from there a part has come to us.
Actually, there was some good discussion with Srila Prabhupada also on this topic. While discussion between you and Lalit Mohan Prabhu, I was referring some Vani Pedia discussions. Prabhupada quotes that point. Mamai Vamsha Jiva Loka Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. We are always, of course, as we learn in Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva, we are separate entities from Krishna and separate, unique identity with Krishna. Every Jiva is a unique identity with Krishna. That's same. But one common thing is qualitative. Just now, we are talking about qualitatively one, but quantitatively different. Quality is same in all the Jivas, quality wise. Quantity wise, different. Prabhupada writes that, salty water, the big ocean of ocean is there. The little drop of ocean also same having the same salty qualities. The gigantic ocean. But how can we understand that Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva? We are individuals, living entities, but Krishna knows everything. He is quantitatively in all of the living entities. He is there. That's why he knows as a Paramatma situated in every body. He knows that quantitatively is different, but that quality up to our body level. We don't know. That's why other bodies, what's their mind, what's they are going. Only Krishna knows. That's the understanding is that Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. Whereas Dvaita talks about same this one. So Supreme Soul, the Paramatma is the one, and Jivatma many. Till that point only they describe it. Dvaita. That monism, and again Shankaracharya, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya.
But Vishishta Advaita ki manaki evina tada meeku ekkadaina kanbadinda Prabhuji?
It looks similar. Dvaita Advaita. I mean, it looks.
If it is Dvaita, why is it called Vishishta Advaita?
No. One thing, Mataji, what I observed is the difference between the Dvaita and Vishishta Advaita is there they are saying two, right? Madhvacharya is saying two and they are different actually. That is the difference. Madhvacharya is saying we are not only two, but we are different. Paramatma and Atma and Paramatma. That concept has come.
Their definition up to, they have given that, to Paramatma is one, all the living entities are two. All the living entities are many living entities. In the Visishta Advaita, what you are saying, Prabhu? But this quantitatively different, that also there?
Yeah.
Not there.
Yeah. We are two, that it's Paramatma and Atma and Paramatma. That is what been said. Two. That is what been said.
Acha, that is two.
Two and different. That is what been said.
In Vishishta Advaita?
Yeah.
Vishishta Advaita, correct.
Yes.
Two and different.
Yeah, two and different been said by Madhvacharya. That's why he's always indicating two in his this thing.
That's well that
Madhvacharya is Dvaita. Vishishta Advaita is Ramanujacharya.
So actually in the in the SSR slide, I have that. I will check Mata. There is nicely given that clear understanding actually. So ultimately, so what difference we are seeing here, Vishishta Advaita and
There are the basic difference is that it started with Shunya, then it went to Advaita, then it went to Dvaita, and in Dvaita then again there was further evolution. That is basically the thing.
Vishishta Advaita. Yes.
Okay, Prabhuji. We'll
Let us
conclude the call then. Yeah.
yes, let us conclude. And I'll share this Prabhupada conversation. You can all read. I'll share in the
Sure,
Veda reading. Yes. Thank you very much. Pravis and Matais, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhu Evacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namaha. Ananta Koti, Vaishnav Ki Jai, Shila Prabhupada, Transcendental Reading Ki Jai. Hitai Gaur Hari Premanande, Hari Hari Go. Thank you very much. See you all tomorrow. Reading. This is a good conversation. We all have to learn. Even I don't know some of the topics. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
One line.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes. Mataji, Udipa Mataji, I am requesting you. రాయండి మీరు నోట్స్ రాస్తారు కదా ఈ వేద రీడింగ్ దాంట్లో మీకు తెలిసింది రాయండి. డిస్కస్ టుమారో ఆల్సో. ఓకే,
ఇంకా రేపు ఇంకొంచెం డిస్కస్ చేసి కంక్లూడ్ చేసి అప్పుడు ఐ విల్ రైట్ ద సమ్మరీ.
ఇప్పటి వరకు మీకు తెలిసింది రాయండి, మర్చిపోతారు లేదంటే బిజినెస్ లో. రైట్ వాట్ ఎవర్, లెట్ us correct ourselves.
Sure, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.